In this video and series of videos, we're going to be talking about some of the principles of pharmacology. The objectives for this lecture series is to compare the pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics, so definitions, as well as the functions that are involved with each. We're also going to identify common routes of drug administration and compare some of the pros and cons that exist with their use. We will also discuss basic drug receptor interactions and use those to help predict the anticipated physiological response. So it's important to note what the FDA's definition of a drug is when we're thinking about pharmacology and medications. So a drug is defined as an article intended for use in the diagnosis, cure, mitigation, treatment, or prevention of disease in humans, or other animals. And it's intended to affect the structure or any function of the body of a human, or another animal. So this is a little bit different than what we might see with the side of a vitamin bottle, for example, where it says something that looks similar to this, but it says it's not intended for these particular uses because it's not FDA approved as a drug. It's also important to know what pharmacology is. So in short terms, pharmacology is the science of drug actions on biological systems. So what does that really mean? It's the stuff that drugs do. Okay, so this can include things like the drug effects, which is defined as the changes that we can observe in a physiological process and behavior. So an easy thing to think about would be blood pressure medicine. You can observe the change in someone's blood pressure. But in psychiatry, it's things like observing improvement in mood symptoms, for example. A site of action is the place in the body where the drug produces the effect. So it's the place the drug goes to and causes some sort of response in the body that we're able to observe as an effect. The mechanism of action of a drug is the specific biochemical interaction that we see a drug substance produce through its pharmacological effect. So in order to understand how drugs exert their pharmacological effects, it's important to have a basic understanding of what pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics are. So these are the two most important aspects of the properties of a drug that allow us to kind of predict what that drug's going to do. So the pharmacokinetics, or PK, is loosely defined as what the body does to the drug. So how the body reacts to the drug in terms of breaking it down, removing it, excreting it, those types of things. Pharmacodynamics is what the drug does to the body. So it's the other way around. So the effects that the drug has on the body itself. And these working together will help determine the type